Well, the pool is starting to look good. Almost ready. Almost. But let's talk about the bushes and the freeze on my fig tree. So you may recall we had that big freeze here in Texas. My daughter's apple tree survived, and we've got some nice apples on it. Her orange tree did not survive. Peach tree did survive, and we've got peaches growing on it. Her plum tree back there, it did survive. My hawthorn bushes did not. They all bit the dust, and you can see the weeds are growing though, and little tree branches from different types of trees, but bushes did not make it. That hawthorn bush, the other side of the pool over there, it didn't survive. None of the ones around the front of the house survived. Still got to fix this gate from a tree fall when that tree fell. But all the hawthorn bushes, they're all dead. But what's this video about? Well, I'll show you. So on the main channel I did a video, I think it was about an action camera, but I talked about my fig tree. My beloved fig tree has been here. We've been in this house for about 15 years. This tree is every bit of 25 years old. It would give out thousands of figs every year. Now keep in mind, the plum tree survived. That's the north right there. The plum tree survived. Fig tree did not. Still not one leaf trying to grow out of it. It is completely dried out. Although I do have a couple of fig leaves that are growing out of the trunk down here, which is a good sign. And if you look, there's a couple of figs that are trying to come out right there. But the bad news is, if you look at the main trunk, you see how it's split right there? What happened is, I believe that the freeze actually froze the inside of the trunk, and then it thawed and cracked. And when it did, that's when it, don't need these vines, but when it did, I think that's when it took the life out of the main trunk and killed off the rest of the fig tree, which is really, really sad. Now I do have some fig leaves growing up over there. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have to cut this fig tree. I had a viewer that had said cut it down about 3 feet off the trunk and kind of see what happens. So that's exactly what I'm going to end up doing. The next video that you're going to see is all the hawthorn bushes will be gone. I'm going to cut them all down to the ground and put some little pom-pom bushes. I forget what they're called. They're Japanese something, but they're supposed to thrive really well here in Texas. And then I'm going to chop this guy down to about 3 feet and see how it does. And of course, everything that's got figs growing out of it, I'm going to leave, because there is still life in the root system. But that's the update on the fig tree. What a shame. What a shame. I mean, when I say thousands of figs, I mean thousands of figs every year come out of that tree. By the way, can you guess what camera that is that I'm using? I'm holding it by the lens right now. It's an 18 to 55 millimeter lens that's on it, and it's my old workhorse camera. This camera, I shot so many documentaries 10, 11, 12 years ago with this camera. So I'm kind of curious to see. It only shoots 1080p at 30 as a maximum frame rate, but I'm just kind of curious to see how the video of this looks holding the lens. It has stabilization built into the lens, but not the camera itself. Comment below if you think you know what camera it is that I'm using. And until the next update, maybe I'll jump in the pool this next weekend. Right now it's still too cold, but it's starting to look good.